Hi everyone, LazyFire here. Welcome back to F.E.A.R 2 Project Origin. Last time we got stuck in this creepy hospital. There's Alma. I don't want to talk to her at the moment, so we'll just head out into this room. The hospital doesn't look too good, but at least the sky is not that nuclear orange tinge we had before, so that's good news, I guess. And, yeah, I guess we'll go see Alma. So you can see when we get too close to her, we get these weird visual effects. And let's slide this cover. This is something you'll see a lot of enemies doing, and I'll do it occasionally too. You can move cover in this area and in other areas of the game. But this area here is a lot about exploration. There's a lot of rooms in here. They usually have a bunch of different things. Hey, look, event that's open. I thought that was a reference to Die Hard for some reason. I don't know, I felt like showing it off because of that. And the other part about exploring in here is that you'll occasionally find some really useful things. Like, the med kit that's over here. Here it is. I knew it was in there somewhere. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for that section.
Viewers just tuning in. You're seeing very disturbing live shot. We have unconfirmed reports of a massive explosion in the heart of the city. The cause of the explosion is still unknown. CFNDC is just now getting us information on the story. We're calling in all our sources to try to figure out what's going on. From the initial reports, something devastating has happened, and we're working hard to provide you with the information we have. At this point, we do not know the official injury report or the cause of the explosion. We'll let you know as soon as we find out what's happened.
That's weird. That TV says it's 10:27 p.m.
For viewers just tuning in,
That's bizarre. That doesn't seem right. Well, once again, we're kind of railroaded into where we can and can't go in this game. Doors don't open all the time, and of course, there's only one set of doors for us to go through here. I can see how people are having a hard time finding an exit. And Alma seems to be coming after us in her adult form. We won't see her in child form for the... Okay, that's scary, sure. Rest of the game, here we go. Nothing. Because she's been released, she's moving around now, she's doing her own thing. This isn't good. Like I said, this game falls apart real pretty. There's some really great moments where things just explode off walls and everything happens. It looks really good. And it's kind of impressive that it's a 2009 game. I would have pegged this almost into 2012 if it weren't for a few textures and a few different techniques the game uses. Hey, let's run into this. This room over here, not really worth going into now, but usually has some items and stuff in it. But there's no med kits, there's no data pads or anything. You can get over there, it's easy enough, but what was that? Like, was his body just like slowly moving over and he lost enough blood out this end that he just fell over? I'm trying to figure out the physics of this game sometimes is one of the more frustrating experiences. And it looks like a lot of bullet holes. Alma doesn't generally use guns. She's closer to a force of nature than any sort of bad guy or anything like that. So someone else is destroying this place and shooting it up. Once again, 10 o'clock at night. Hey, it's over here. Looks like someone walked out of here. That's bad. Hey. Yeah, once again, some doors just don't open. I do like the little stories that you tell with the blood splatter and then the footsteps and everything. You can see this guy came out this way before the blood washed off his feet. Here's our only open door forward. Yo.
Colonel Bannock, this is Daniel. Looks like we got another soldier who's in the recovery wing.
Another? So some of our other people survived. I'll just hide here. Once again, a lot of people getting shot up here. I have to really wonder what's going on with this hospital if there's such a high turnover rate in terms of death.
Sergeant Beckett, thank God you're okay. I'm sure you have a lot of questions. I'll explain everything later. Right now, we need to get you to the TAC lab. Hurry, and be careful. Vanek's men are attacking the facility. Can't believe he'd go to this extreme to cover up evidence.
What was the deal with that weird step she just took? I don't know. So yes, we need to get to the TAC lab, whatever that happens to be, and meet up with Aristide. We seem to be blocked off from her from this end. Grab another med kit. These things are invaluable, and they're pretty common for a hospital. I guess you'd expect it, but they're fairly common out here, so it's good. That's very helpful. Oof.
Careful, Sergeant Beck. You're about to stumble into an ambush.
This is a secure channel. Identify yourself. He must be monitoring us on the security cameras.
Alright, we are getting monitored by somebody.
Junk we gonna burn.
Well, that was easy.
Very well done. I see why they picked you.
Who the hell are you?
You could call me Snake Fist.
Snake Fist? Are you fucking kidding me?
Hey, I don't know who else is listening, and I'm not taking any chances. You people need to get out of there.
Alright, well, Snake Fist is now helping us. Why did I do that? Oh, because I'm a moron. I tried to hit my light button. So we've just been notified of slow-mo. Let's explain that. It's actually a mechanic that came over from the first F.E.A.R game, and it's actually very helpful. Is this another? Wow, these guys are just dropping these things. If I hit Q, I go into slow-mo. In slow-mo, I move at normal speeds, but the enemy do not, and they will comment on this fact several times throughout the game. It's very, very useful for large-scale firefights. As a matter of fact, it's the only way to survive some of them. Let's use it now. As you can see, I also get a nice little bullet trail. That's helpful. Oh man, I love those guys. They explode when you hit the backpack. They're not common through the rest of the game. As a matter of fact, I think they only appear in this area. But I really appreciate that they actually went out of their way to give you a way to fight back against these superior numbers in the early part of the game, where you're probably not really capable of doing it. You know, you haven't really had the experience yet to be able to do it effectively. Right here, I'm actually cutting off a bit of an ambush that I always fall for. I always come through this room, I always go through the back door, and I always get shot by like 80 guys who happen to be coming through there. So, not this time. Health syringes. I don't need them now, but they're invaluable. When you have no armor and you don't have any med kits, those things will save your ass more times than you'd really like to admit. And, of course, I'm bad at this game, or something approximating bad, and I will need them. And I very narrowly escaped dying twice right there. Holy shit. Those guys, just as effectively as I can use fire extinguishers and such to my advantage, these guys can use those things in the environment as well, and they will throw frag grenades at you eventually. Right now, they're not really doing that, which is kind of weird, because usually they have a couple by now. But yes, being a little careful at times will be very good for you. Yeah, there's a frag grenade. And that looks like he was, Those are the worst jetpacks I've ever seen in my life. So yes, I've had frag grenades thrown at me now, that's good. I was waiting for it so I could not look like a moron. Thank God they just acquiesced to my hopes and dreams there.
You need to unlock this door. We're evacuating this area. Look, it's not safe here.
We've got a couple options here. We're just going to take out these guys. Easy enough. And I caught a couple on fire because of the explosive over in that cart. Now you'll notice that I haven't really used the melee system yet. I haven't really gotten close. Getting too close to these guys with no armor is a really bad idea. So I am going to hold off on that. But in the meantime, we do have only one method to go forward.
Advance, advance.
God, I love doing that. That's one of my more... That's a really fun thing to do, is just nail a guy with a grenade from that distance. You can see how these guys are kind of absorbing the SMG rounds at a distance. The body armor you see on these guys is purely ornamental, and they will just either take it or not. So, don't worry about these guys looking armored up. There are some guys later on that are actually armored up that could be a problem with the SMG. Or the pistol, even. The pistol is actually going to be the first weapon I drop. Whoa. In the game. You can have up to 4 weapons carried at any given time, and that doesn't include the number of grenades you can have. And the pistol is going to be the first to go. That's just the way of the world, really. That is a much easier fight with the SMG. Oof. Well, we got out just in time. Every single time you get out of that elevator, it just falls. So, you can stay in there forever if you'd like to. You will never have to worry about it. Okay. We're not going to open the door like I usually do. Well, I don't know how that worked. I really have to aim down sights with these guys. As you can see there, the fire extinguisher didn't really take that guy out. In the game, there are actually moments where you will just straight up kill people by hitting that fire extinguisher when they walk past it. I will try to show one of those off. I'll try to show it off as often as possible. Fire extinguishers are one of those things that are just in most levels by default, so it's easier to say I will show off the fire extinguisher than anything else, really. Just checking my corners, and what is this? A keycard door. I don't have a keycard. Better go find one. Operating room. Let's turn on the light. In this early stage of the game, they will actually show you and give you a lot of ammo just lying around in the game next to those glow sticks. So if you ever run out of ammo in the first areas, which you shouldn't really have an issue with, just find a glow stick. Hey, what's this? Neat. So we can go right through this door and progress the story, or we can go back and go into a room that has nothing in it, the first one I saw that needed the keycard. So we're not going to do that because there's nothing in that room of any note. Okay, good. Alright, we're going to grab this stuff. We don't technically need the body armor at the moment. We're pretty good, but I'm going to want it. You're probably wondering why I didn't try to save that man. He's scripted to die. No matter what you do, he will die. Man, sometimes I really like the fights in this game. Let's go pick up the shotgun. Combat shotgun, the first of 2 in the game. The other one is the automatic shotgun. We won't be seeing that for quite a while. But both of them are pretty good at close range. The automatic shotgun shines for a few different reasons over the combat shotgun. One is it works at a much more effective range. It's got a better, you can be further back from somebody with it. But on top of that, it also has a 12-round magazine, fires faster, no pump action required, and it just does more damage in general. So, yeah, once I find the auto shotty later on, it's basically going to replace this shotgun in my inventory and stay there for most of the game. It's one of those things where every gun is supposed to have its place, and unfortunately the combat shotgun kind of gets left out in that swing of things. There are, of course, other guns like the pistol that aren't very useful, or some of the special weapons that I don't really like. A lot of weird interference for a hospital. That's kind of strange. Now, I'm shutting off the flashlight a lot because enemies can actually see it, and they will react to it. Also, you can notice that if I turn the flashlight on when Alma's in the area, it kind of flickers and shakes. Okay then. Well, that happened. Let's get out of this creepy room. Just kick that out of the way and ride the elevator up in the wrong spot.
out of this, but sounds like you got the worst of it. She was surprised to see you on the scene.
Okay, well, it sounds like we were pretty banged up. We're doing okay now. Generally a data pad in this room, not anymore. One of the things, when I played this, I played it grabbing all that stuff. So I'm basically in that mode where I'm still collecting it. So 2 headshots to kill that guy, I want to point out. That's not good. That's not a good sign for the pistol. Putting a bunch of body shots into somebody is effective, but I'm going to want to be able to nail somebody from a distance reliably with 2 shots if I'm going to have to 2-shot them. Right here, I am just waiting for someone to try to flank me. The handiwork of the man we just killed a moment ago, right here. I do like how it just, once again, plays out a little bit of the story with some of this stuff. It's really neat. Every time. I always go to look at that body, and every single time I get hit by that guy. This looks like a lot of them. Now, sometimes you'll see me do these things where I kind of like sit here and try to stay back. That's just me playing it as smart as I can at the moment. In some of these areas, the cover isn't great, and the enemy AI is smart enough that it'll try to get around you if you try to come out here and fight them head toe-to-toe, for example. So I try to hang back a little bit and take my time to shoot through these guys. There are definitely going to be cases later in the game and even upcoming in the next few areas where I am not going to be so cautious and I'm just going to full-on charge these guys if I can. Sometimes the slide kick is the answer to all your problems.
Anybody reading me? I hear somebody crying. It sounds like a woman. I'm gonna check it out.
Okay. There's people in this area, I thought. Just being cautious here. There's no lean function in this game like there was in the first F.E.A.R. game, so you can't really lean around corners. You have to just basically walk through them and hope.
Man, am I glad to see you.
Come on, we don't have much time. Into the chamber. Hurry!
Alright, let's get in this chamber with a random person who told us to do this thing.
This thing isn't gonna sterilize him or anything, right? That would be the least of my concerns.
That's a yes.
Hold still. It won't take long. Get down! We have to go! Leave him, not now. No choice, we gotta go! Get out of there, Bucket! Head back the way you came, see if there's another way around. Shit! Just get your ass back here ASAP, and in one piece! I'll hold off as long as I can.
Good morning, Chickpea. You must be part of Project Harbinger. Only way to explain why Aristide would have brought you here.
Commander, we spotted him heading for the main entrance.
Roger that. On my way. Don't let them escape. Samuels, finish up here. This sucker's not going anywhere.
Oh, well, that opened up at a good time for me. Alright, well, this isn't going great. So, The Darkness was a fun game, right? I'm remembering that a lot now after that last sequence. And holy shit, what hit me? This is going bad. Time to use a medkit. First one of the game. I think, oh yeah, there was a fire extinguisher right there. That's bad. But That's why syringes, medkits, and armor exist in this room. It's a pretty bad fight early on in the game if you're not paying attention, like I was there. I was also kind of set on using a shotgun when my normal strategy is to kind of hang back a little bit. Alright, let's jump kick. No, you know what? Slide kick time. I was hoping that would go better. Let's reload. And you can see that man is a little bit more armored than the others. So I wanted to kind of show off a pistol attempt with him and see how that went. And that's some brutal stuff right there. Alright, we're going to go backtrack a little bit, go through some areas we've been through before. Of course, now they have enemies in them. Alright, didn't necessarily need the slow motion there, and I know it looks like a bit of a crutch, but it's very vital in some spots if you want to save your armor and keep yourself going. Now, while your gun doesn't fire any faster,
Can't find Aristide. She must have panicked and run off. Keep your eyes open for her.
while the gun doesn't fire any faster, the animations of the world slow down and yours stay the same speed. It looks like this is a one-way trip. And so the slow motion can really help there. But this little area here, end of the level. This is divided into intervals and levels within the intervals, so we're actually going to call this an episode right here. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you next time.